Welcome to Prayer Intercessors, everyone. Good evening. This is Monday, I believe, and it would be the 24th of August. So we're moving on through the month. Uh, I want to take a few brief moments to share a few things about why we're doing this. I think we sometimes we miss it. It's not about the devotional so much as it is about what goes on in the devotional. Uh, when I'm doing Psalms because there's a need to take everything to God. And the, the psalmists, particularly David's psalms and others, that's what they do. They empty themselves out before God. They don't take anything away from the cross or from the throne of grace. They take it all there and leave it. And so there's praise mixed in. So there's some techniques. And I don't want to call them techniques. And there are some ways that we can worship that are pleasing to God. And since David is a man after God's own heart, it makes sense that we should pay attention to what he did. Hi, Sarah, Carolyn, Yvonne. So I'm going to go to Psalm 46. It's a popular psalm, and it's a lot in it. I don't know how deep I can go into it. I want to say that we want to pray. Look, we're not praying alone. If you look at Intercessors for America, and you can do some digging and looking and reading, you'll find that there are millions praying there. And there are other people that do what I do that are more professional and been at it longer, have better websites, and that they have um, hundreds of thousands praying with them daily. And so I listen, keep it up, keep praying, don't give up, don't back down. We got a lot to do, and God is pleased by what we do. He's pleased by prayer. Jesus said, "Man, I always pray and not faint." And Paul said, "Pray without ceasing." And then those are things that are important for us to remember. It is to one to be in an attitude of prayer. Two is to leave it at the cross, take it to God, whether it's anger, pain, both. Um, not understanding, take those things to the throne of grace and leave them there. Pray for people. Pray for yourself. Pray for healing. Jesus said that he came to give life and that we might have it abundantly. So to me, that means there's healing involved in there. And Isaiah said that by his stripes we are healed. So that to me, the torture that he went through as he became sacrifice in our place um, brings healing as well. And there's other scriptures, and I'll share some of them with you as we go on from here. I just wanted you to think about a couple of them, and then we'll go to Psalm 46. The opening scriptures in 46 is God is our refuge and strength. You know this, a very present help in trouble. That is one of those that if we've been to church much, we will have heard it. Uh, so where do you run when trouble comes? That has been the theme on every psalm that I've covered so far, and we've covered roughly 20. I've skipped a few, but it's to go to God, not to yourself, not your own ability, but to go to God. It speaks to people who are living in a world that feels unstable. You think it? I'll say it again. It feels unstable today, doesn't it? Um, I don't. I don't know if it's because media, even though lots of it's not truthful and much of it's bent and you only see certain things, the fact is, um, because of the speed of getting information, it is amazing. We see all this going on. I don't know if it's any more than it's ever been. In a sense, it isn't percentage wise if you look at it, but it's frightening. And we have countries with nuclear weapons and including ourselves. And so all that makes it unsettled time. Nations in turmoil, kingdoms are falling, people are being slaughtered, Christians are being killed in some countries, and yet people are coming to God at phenomenal numbers. They are coming to the Lord worldwide. God is our refuge and strength. The psalm does not promise that God's people will never experience trouble. Instead, it teaches us that we can stand when trouble comes. Proverbs 24 says that the unrighteous fall and don't get up, but the righteous fall many times and get back up. And they get up because they have God on their side. Something to think about. A Christian life is not a promise of trouble-free living. Never has been, never will be. It is a promise that God will be with us no matter what's going on. Hi, Cindy. And so that's important. Sarah Bishop, how you doing? Sorry, pop up there. So God is our refuge when life is shaky. I mean, listen, He is your refuge when life is shaky. That's where we should go. Very present help in trouble. Therefore, we will not fear, though the earth gives away. Now no, He's saying no matter what happens, if the earth gives away, we will not fear. That is something we should all stand on. The psalm describes frightening circumstances, really. It's like earthquake. Mountains fall into the sea, waters roar and foam, mountains tremble. And those are things that are frightening. Lots of things appear permanent, but they're not really. What could be more permanent than mountains? You think about the Blue Ridge, the Rockies, the Ozarks. I mean, they've been there and been there and been there. And but that doesn't mean a thing. Look at Mount St. Helens. 30-40% of it was cast into the air in a few seconds. So things can change. Look, your health can change, and it probably will at some point. Our finances can change, and our circumstances can change, and people can change. People are not very dependable. Let's just face it. Governments change, they're not all that dependable either. They say one thing, do another. And our plans change. But God doesn't. This is what the psalmist is impressing upon us at this time is God is not one that changes. He keeps His promises. Hebrews 13:8. What does He say? You know this one. Jesus is the